Hi, this is a video response to Latum Way's video on the reform of Section 5 of the Public Order Act, and I'm not going to go over everything he's done. He's done it a lot better than I have, so please, if you haven't already, take a look. It is linked, obviously, because YouTube's wonderfully efficient at saying, this is a video response to... So please, take a look. Also, he's put it, and I've put it as well, the link to the the reform of Section 5 cause. Please take a look and show your support if you want to get along with it. If not, if you're happy with how things are, that's fine too, as we will go into. So, with the assistance of Kabloomybuzz, we sort of looked a bit more at the issue in light specifically with the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And I'm going to sort of cite some of that to you today, so I do apologise for that. If you're not sort of like into legalese and stuff like that, but bear with me because it's worthwhile information. And I am going to also say this was a lot sooner than I was expecting to do a video. It's meant to be on a totally different subject, but to me this was a bit of a call to arms. So yeah. Speaking of call to arms, though, a lot of the information has come from the book by A.C. Grayling, Liberty in the Age of Terror, which the quote at the top there is from The Economist, saying a timely and invigorating call to arms. So it's quite weird that I chose that turn of phrase. So primarily in context of the issue, Article 19 states, everyone has the right to freedom of opinion and expression. This right includes freedom to hold opinions without interference, and to seek, receive, and impart information and ideas through any media and regardless of frontiers. Okay, so what we're saying there is, if you want to, just a few things that Latum referred to, if you want to bark at a dog, well, you're crossing the frontier of species. Well done, I must say, especially if you communicated something like, I don't like the look of your jib, or the cut of your jib, I think the phrase is, more accurately, then go you for learning canine speech structures. But also, let's think about this, through any media, media, oh, why is that word really important? Social media like Facebook and Twitter, where people have been, in some cases, convicted for putting potentially inflammatory statements. Interesting, though. So yeah, it's obviously not being upheld by Section 5 in any way, shape or form. Oh, that might be insulting to someone, right? But it's just my opinion. Am I actually going in there to kill them? No. That's where that whole thing about the other side of Latum's video comes in, about the fact that there has to be some kind of intent. I think just saying, one of my other favourite examples, your horse is gay, is not incitement to violence at all. There's no threat there at all. So I do find it ludicrous, which again is my opinion, which I'm entitled to. Awesome. Although I do have to say, on the your horse is gay thing, how does the officer not know, in fact, that his horse may in fact be gay? Just saying. That horse might actually be doubly offended now. So, yeah. Also, though, there is very sort of useful information in here as well. I mean, Article 2 is quite long, so I do really apologise about this one. But yeah, so Article 2, everyone is entitled to all the rights and freedoms set forth in this declaration, without distinction of any kind, such as race, colour, sex, language, religion, political or other opinion, national or social origin, property, birth or other status. Furthermore, this is the more important bit, no distinction shall be made on the basis of the political, jurisdictional or international status of the country or territory to which a person belongs, whether it be independent, trust, non-self-governing or under any other limitation of sovereignty. Okay, so in short, basically that's kind of saying, yeah, you can't, UK, you can't just say, well, we're going to skip that bit because it's universal. It's, you know, it's a universal declaration of human rights. The wording's there. So yeah, it's not ideal in any way, shape or form to try and get away with it, you know. One thing I've found, and you know, I'm aware of, and many people are also aware of, but some aren't. Ignorance is not an excuse under law. So, you know, okay, frontline, if you like, you know, your general everyday officers may not be aware of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. That's fine. That's understandable. Very few people probably are in that much detail, and that's perfectly fine with me. But the people who make the laws should be. So you can kind of forgive the front line, but when you point it out, they should really kind of go ooh, and just take a step back. But yeah, by the same token, the people making the laws should be kind of not even making those laws that are what the Americans would call unconstitutional. So I hope this gives you some food for thought, and you know, join the cause. Like I say, all the information's there. Please, you know, we need to stamp out stuff like this. You know, as Latum says, I'm fully in agreement. I'm just going to put this down because I'm waving it around like a crazy person. So, you know, as Latum said himself, you know, he loves the country, certain elements of it, so do I, you know. Like he said, healthcare is pretty damn good, but when you compare it to other countries. You know, and various factors like that, but we need to bring everything else up to speed. So, you know, weigh in, join the cause, and just put your thoughts forward, and let's stop this choice to ignore parts of what we're all entitled to. I'll see you next time. Take care.